More than just insider trading. Like the insider trading stuff, like the stock portfolio stuff is quite trackable, but it's a lot more than insider trading.
The way they're acquiring wealth.
Correct.
And what other methods?
I mean, this is really going to get me assassinated. It's like I'm not lengthening my lifespan by explaining this stuff, to say the least. I mean, I was supposed to go back to DC. How am I going to survive? This is going to kill me for sure. In fact, I do think like it's like I actually have to be careful that I don't push too hard on the corruption stuff because it's going to get me killed. Yeah. It's like I was actually thinking about that on the plane flight over here. It's like if I push too hard on the corruption stuff, people get dead.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh boy, what's going on, family? I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life. And we got a big one today, y'all. Elon Musk. Not only that, Joe Rogan, but Elon Musk has broke the internet, shocking the entire world once again. And y'all know there's a huge new strand going on, new syndrome going on, disease. Elon Musk derangement syndrome. Yeah. Musk derangement syndrome, man.
Out to show your ID.
We're already seeing Trump at stage 7 and 8. We're seeing new strands. And it just means that we keep winning, you know. But Elon Musk said some big things in this Joe Rogan podcast, man. And hey, it's a lot that we need to talk about. And I advise you go watch that. I think it was 3 hours. You know, it's pretty hefty. I advise everybody to go and watch the full thing, man. You know, but we got some internet breaking clips, man. You know, talking about everything, the corruption, and even Elon saying they will come and unalive me. They will assassinate me. Yeah, it got that real. And y'all know Elon Musk has been exposing a lot of corruption. The Doge team, I mean, it's so much has happened in the last month with Elon Musk's leadership, with the Trump administration. So much has come out, so much fraud, you know, waste, abuse, theft, people caught with their hands in the cookie jar, you know. And I love how he said in one of the in doing the podcast that it's these politicians and people, it's bigger than just inside trading. It's more corruption than we know. You know, people that are on $100,000 salaries worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. Now seeing where our tax money is going to. Yeah. And Doge dividends now, they're still talking about the 5,000 tax refund and sending taxpayers back a refund, shutting down the IRS. A lot of things is happening, and we want it all to be shut down. You know, shut it all down, abolish it. Property tax. I mean, we could just go down the list of things, you know, and we're hoping that it all gets done within the next 100 days of this administration. But hey, we'll see where we'll go from here. But it's a lot of big clips in here, man. I definitely wanted to show y'all.
A basic search of the Social Security database that there were 20 million dead people marked as alive.
But were they getting money?
Some of them are getting money.
Crazy.
What percentage of them?
It isn't clear. We're actually trying to run this around. I was trying to get an answer right before the show. What it looks like is that most of the fraud is not coming from Social Security payments directly, but because they are marked as alive in the Social Security database, that they can get disability, unemployment, sort of fake medical payments, and other things because they're marked as alive in the Social Security database. So it looks like it's a bank. The fraud is a bank shot, essentially. They bank shot into Social Security. They just do an "Are you alive?" check, and then get fraudulent payments from every other part of the government.
Oh,
yeah, and this exploits the fundamental weakness in the government is that the various government databases, they don't talk to each other, so they talk to each other very poorly in a very limited way. So the way that the system gets exploited is by taking advantage of the poor communication between the various databases in the government. To give you an example of like what's happening, say Treasury, which is improving rapidly, the main payments computer is called PAM, like payment accounts master database or something like that, but everyone calls it PAM. That's responsible for almost $5 trillion of payments a year, roughly $1 billion an hour. And when we came there, we're looking at this PAM, and it's like the payments have no. You could put a payment through with no payment categorization code, and no description on the payment, like basically untraceable blank checks. This is the kind of thing that if it was done as a public company, the company would be immediately delisted, and the executive team would be thrown in prison.
Guys, I'm just in our prayers for the Trump administration, prayers for Trump, Elon Musk, everybody, man. Again, they are exposing, and this is one reason why they did not want them in, and why Democrats are screaming so loud right now, guilty as guilty. Guilty. And y'all know what we advocate for on this channel. Put your hands behind your back. And it's a list, man. I'm telling you, there needs to be more full-blown audits everywhere. Members of Congress, I mean, we can go down the list. People need to be audited, thrown in jail. But Elon Musk says they will come and assassinate him if he exposes all it. Man, he said he thought about this on the plane ride to Joe Rogan's podcast. You know, and again, he's been getting death threats every single day, man. People are posting the craziest things on the internet. And he's getting that Trump treatment. He is getting that Trump treatment now. Everybody used to love him. Oh, he's the electric car guy. He's the spaceship guy. And now he is getting that treatment. But it's crazy how people, they're not mad at the people who did it. They're mad at the person who's exposing it. And everything this man has put out there and what they found, what they've exposed, uncovered, people should be hot. Americans should be hotter than fish grease. I'm just saying. I love that they brought this voting point up too.
California made it actually illegal to ask for ID when people vote.
Yes. California and New York, you are not allowed to show your ID when you vote.
Yeah, that we wonder how what's the name?
I just want to be clear so everyone understands this. In California and New York, you are not allowed to show your ID even if you want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would that ever be a good idea?
I mean,
If you wanted to steel man it,
if you're trying to facilitate fraud in elections, it's a great idea.
that's the only reason.
Yes.
Only reason, man. I don't know how many times we've talked about this.
There's no other reason logically why that would be a good idea.
It's for fraud. It's like wake up, sheeple. Wake up.
Go look at those maps. Go look at those maps, especially this past election. Well, Camellia. Yeah, a disgrace, man. Elon Musk says, if I fully destroy the corruption, they will kill me. Oh, man.
Yes, is to reprogram the matrix such that success is one of the possible outcomes. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We may or may not succeed.
Well, it's certainly a lot of fun to watch.
Yes.
This is a very exciting time because nothing changes when administrations come into power. Very little changes. I mean, you have changes in terms of policy and inflation goes up and there's a lot of different things, but not like this. Like these are giant fundamental changes. And, you see the system screeching and wailing and you see the vampires run from the light. But it's very exciting.
That's all we've been seeing for the past month. Man. But I wanted to get into this second part of the video with my brother, my friend, Professor Nez, man. Shout out to Nez Nation. Make sure y'all go over there and join Nez Nation. I couldn't wait to check out this video. But
mouth in his own words, why, which I think is the truth, why the Democrats.
Go back.
I wanted to share this clip from the Joe Rogan podcast of Elon Musk explaining from his own mouth, from the horse's mouth, in his own words, why, which I think is the truth, why the Democrats are literally trying to just make him over. They did I saw this SNL skit that they did last night, Mike Myers. It seems like every single day, Holly Weirdo just gets worse and worse, more anti-American.
Facts.
I mean, these guys are working for literally nothing. President Trump,
Facts.
Elon Musk, they have better things to do with their time, but they just, like me, can't stand and can't bear to see what these cretin swamp vermin are doing to our country. And they get zero support. I mean, zero support from the propagandist media. SNL might as well be called, the DNC live show or whatever. I'm not even going to share that clip, but if you missed it, it was awful. And Mike Myers, essentially, it's humor, it's satire, but sending the message that Elon Musk is a billionaire, the same crap. They're just billionaires. They're just out for themselves. They just want to save the rich. They don't want to help anybody else. He's spreading false information, lies, that he's firing Social Security, air traffic controller. Couldn't be further from the truth. As a matter of fact,
we've been hearing the same crap, man. The same exact stuff. Very tiresome, man. Very tiresome.
Says on the Rogan podcast, which I listened to in entirety, I highly recommend that you do the same, where he said specifically what DEI did was essentially push out highly qualified people. This is why we're having all this travesty. And he says, instead of firing, we're doing the exact opposite. We're actually looking for people. Even if you're retired, we're trying to hire qualified air traffic controllers, and we encourage you to apply. Literally, that is what Elon Musk is doing, and that's what Doge is doing.
But again, you see what we just had in this previous administration and why our country has been in piss poor shape for a long time. And what they do, they blame it's the orange man fault. White supremacists, it's the orange man fault. Let's blame Trump for it. Let's just blame him. We don't know who else to blame. Let's just blame him. Let's just drag MAGA through the mud.
Fix the cancerous DEI ideologies that have created this havoc in our skies above America. Anyway, you know this, I know this. I want to share this clip. It's so powerful, so poignant. Here we go. Let's check it out.
So if I were to say, what's at the heart of the sort of like, why is the Democrat propaganda machine so fired up to destroy me? That's the main reason. The main reason is that entitlements fraud. That includes like Social Security, disability, Medicaid. Entitlements fraud for illegal aliens is what is serving as a gigantic magnetic force to pull people in from all around the world and keep them here. Like basically, if you pay people at a standard of living that is above 90% of Earth, then you have a very powerful incentive for 90% of Earth to come here and to stay here. But if you end the illegal alien fraud, then you turn off that magnet, and they leave, and they stop coming, and the ones that are here, many of them will simply leave. And if that happens, they will lose a massive number of Democratic voters.
And if it didn't happen, they would turn those people into voters.
Correct.
Which they were trying to do.
They're already turning them. So in New York State, illegal aliens can already vote in state and city elections. A lot of people don't know that. They're trying to fight that, they're trying to stop that, but they're currently, I think it's like 600,000 are registered to vote, illegal aliens in New York.
That is wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at, say, FEMA, like the agency that was paying for illegal aliens to stay at luxury hotels in New York was FEMA. That's an agency that's meant to support Americans in distress from natural disasters, was paying for luxury hotels for illegals in New York.
It's true. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Fact.
They're literally, like, when we stopped that payment, we stopped all those monies, because that's obviously an insane way to spend taxpayer money.
Meanwhile, some people still ain't recovered. We spit on, come last. I mean, man. Disgrace, man.
New York sued the federal government to get the money. So you could just look at their lawsuit. They were sending that money even after President Trump signed an executive order saying it needs to stop. They still press send on $80 million to luxury hotels in New York. Your tax money went to pay for illegal aliens in luxury hotels in New York from an agency that is meant to help Americans in distress from natural disasters.
Right, and I would like to know how much. And I would like to know how much they spent on North Carolina and how much they spent on Maui.
Yes, exactly. What's actually happening is they're buying voters. That's really what's happening. It's like a giant voter fraud scam. They're importing voters, and it's really just a matter of time. So, like, if a lot of people have trouble believing this, but the more you look at it, the more you will realize just how much of a problem this is, and how it's not just real. It is an attempt to destroy democracy in America. That's what, in my view, it is what it really is. Like, if you take the sort of 7 swing states, like, often the margin of victory there is like maybe 20,000 votes. If you put 200,000 illegals in there, and they have like a 80% likelihood of voting Dem, and it's only a matter of time before they become citizens, then those swing states will not be swing states in the future. And if they are not swing states, we'll be a permanent one-party state country. Permanent, deep blue socialist state. That's what America will become.
And that was the game plan.
That was the game plan. That is still the game plan. And so they almost succeeded. If the machine of which the Kamala puppet was the representation had won, that's what would have happened. The reason I went so hardcore for Trump was because, to me, this was a fork in the road, a very obvious fork in the road. if they had another 4 years, they would legalize enough illegals in the swing states to make the swing states not swing states. They would be blue states. Then they would win the presidential. They'd win the House, the Senate, and the presidency. They would then make district, DC into a state. Maybe Puerto Rico, get 4 extra senators, pack the Supreme Court. So then you'll have the House, Judiciary, Senate, and presidency, all blue. And then they will keep importing more illegals to cement that outcome. Basically what happened in California.
Jesus Christ.
It would have been the end. That's why I went so hardcore for Trump. It was otherwise been the end, and that's why the Democrat machine is so.
Yep, and Kamala would have laughed with Zelensky the other day, and she would have sent him more money. Yep, that's how it would have been. Yeah, that's what they've been trying to do. Yep. There it is.
Intent on destroying me.
It's just so fascinating that people can't see this.
I mean, I invite people to do their research. The more they do their research, the more they will see that what I'm saying is absolutely true.
I can't wait to get your initial reactions to this. I can tell you right now, Joe, why people aren't seeing this. He said it's so fascinating why people aren't seeing this. It's because they have the entire media apparatus behind them. Joyless Reed crying. Remember when I showed you that video? Her crying, my show had value. And I said I had zero remorse. I got so much hate mail. I got so many hate DMs, people wishing that I would jump off this and that and end this and that. I can't even say the words they were using to me here because it's just abhorrent and horrifying. These are the people. These are the people who are getting these exorbitant, insane salaries to push and propagate all of the agenda of the DNC machine. Remember, Kamala Harris, boy, did we dodge a bullet. Kamala Harris was the...
We didn't just dodge a bullet. We dodged a nuclear missile. That's what them patriots say. Not just a bullet, a nuclear missile.
Borders are. She had one task. Her entire ridiculous DEI VP run for the last 4 years. And we had, based on, I love how Elon Musk says, do your own research, which I have done my due diligence, qualitative and quantitative research. We had the worst border crisis in the history of America. Tom Homan, over 30, 40-year veteran of law enforcement, says, I've been through 6, 7 presidencies. Biden was the worst. Trump is the best when it comes to the border. The Border Patrol Union actually supporting and endorsing President Trump. The people on the front lines saying we are seeing child trafficking, the worst we've ever seen. We are seeing fentanyl, illegal fentanyl crossings, the worst we've ever seen in history. We're seeing criminal migrants, illegal gangs, Tren de Aragua, M16, etc., the worst we've ever seen in history. What? And then never mind the fact that Biden was flying these people in. I mean, the FEMA thing should make your blood curdle, but the fact that he's flying in, and this guy gets to go have vacations. This guy gets to go lay on the beach. Kamala gets to go smile and get NAACP awards. You need to make this video go viral. You need to tap the thumbs up because everything that Elon Musk said is verifiable. You know me, you know my integrity, you know that I would never publish anything unless it is 1,000,000,000% factual. All of this are facts. That's exactly what they tried to do. They succeeded, by the way, in 2020. There is no way in a million years, if you even have a molecule of logic residing in your cranium, that you could come to a justifiable conclusion that Joe Tombstone Biden, the vegetable in chief, actually received 81 million votes, which is, not only did he get 15 million, 10 million more votes than Trump, who, by the way, Trump got essentially this.
Them patriots went to sleep. They woke up and said, what happened? What happened? Yeah.
Same amount in 2024, and he won in a landslide. Essentially the same amount, maybe 4 or 5 million, give or take. He got 15 million more than Barack Obama, which I call him, he's the leader of the Democratic Party. He's the messiah. That's the way they look at him, at least, of the Democratic Party. So there's no way in a billion years. So they succeeded in 2020. Elections have consequences. We've had inflation. We've had crime. We've had an uptick in illegal crossings. We've had global wars. We've had geopolitical, our integrity, our respect around the world dropped. Geopolitical disasters. The Middle East is the worst it's been since World War II. I mean, elections have consequences. And here you have somebody who literally is revolutionizing the world in multiple sectors: space, healthcare with Neuralink, communications with Starlink, and a million other businesses. Takes time out of that busy schedule. An immigrant from South Africa, he's an immigrant, takes time out of his schedule, takes zero money, and offers his 100% heart and soul to saving our country. And all this BS, he's unelected and nobody voted for Elon Musk. The American people have spoken. President Trump mentioned time and time again, I am going to be appointing Elon Musk to head up the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, to do exactly what he's doing right now: cut waste, abuse, and fraud, and make the government more efficient. I highly recommend that you go listen to that full podcast.
Yeah, we sat through it like literally yesterday night. It was, man, I advise all you to go watch it, man. You know, especially with all these Democrats hollering, screaming, guilty, Musk derangement syndrome, and what Musk has done in the Doge team, man. You definitely want to go check out that full interview. Pretty hefty, got a little duration on it, but hey, it's worth it. It is, man. But I love you guys. God bless you all and your families. God bless Professor Nez and his family, the Nez Nation. And if you haven't, he makes amazing content, an amazing content creator, podcaster, and himself, just like over here on this channel, we are the media. You know, the truth. You know, no fake news, no propaganda, no lies, no bias. You know, calling the truth out, man. But make sure y'all go check out my brother. And thank y'all for stopping by, man. Let me try to think of all this. And again, prayers for Trump and his administration, his family. You know, prayers for you guys. I love y'all, man. We're wishing the best in everybody's life in this fast time travel, in this corrupt scam matrix. We're living in the corrupt scam matrix, man. Especially us Americans. You know, who has been dragged through the mud, lied to, spit on. You know, and this is exactly why we voted for this, man. And can we trust you? Full transparency. Can you make life just a little bit decent? Not too much to ask for, man. You know, it's the little things, man. People are struggling, man. People are struggling. You know, and then to see where the money went to and what this, it's just a disgrace, man. While we struggle, while we got to drag our boots through the mud. This is why we spoke loud and clear, man. And it's here, you know. Let me know what y'all think. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, family.